Pitchu li sharei tzedek avo v'modeya. 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 Pitchu li sharei tzedek avo v'modeya.
Shana Tovah, good Yontif. It's really so very good to be here with you tonight on this Erev Rosh Hashanah. It would only be more complete if you were here with me. But nonetheless, I am glad to be here with you as we begin our services for these high holy days. Summer's gone, nights grow cold. These are the days of awe. The shofar blows with bread in hand down to the sea. We take time, give thanks, and cast our sadness free. That we may start fresh, that we may come clear, that we may know sweetness and peace throughout the year, that we may find love where we need it most, and open our hearts and hands and draw each other close. A day to fast and count the ways we've promised and fallen short. We meet each other's gaze, begin again. Life won't wait, time turns and we return and walk on through the gates. Under the moon, a roof of trees, we bring in the harvest, beneath the stars we eat, and sing for joy. Make ourselves strong, we'll reap what we've sown, may it last all year long. That we may start fresh, that we may come clear, that we may know sweetness and peace throughout the year, that we may find love where we need it most, and open our hearts and hands and draw each other close.
Creation's brightest light, the mystics say, was hidden at the dawn of time. But on this sacred night, this night of hope and joy, a glimmer of that light is here, in candles' flame, in children's eyes, in eyes that glow with wisdom's light. It shines in the faces of the ones we love, in grateful hearts, in tears of loss, in lives of memories of goodness, and in our own desire to do right, to try again, to build anew, to ask forgiveness and make peace. We enter this new year and look upon the beauty of these lights, so may the days of awe renew the light within us.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner, shel Shabbat v'shel Yom Tov. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehakianu v'kihimanu v'higianu lazman hazet.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner, shel Shabbat vel shel Yom Tov. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Amen. Shalom Alechem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bachuni l'shalom Malachei Hashalom Malachei Elyon. Melech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tika'u v'chodesh shofar v'chesed l'yom chagenu ki choch l'Yisrael hu mishpat l'Elohei Yaakov mishpat l'Elohei Yaakov.
Hineni he'ani mima'as. Here I am, so poor in deeds. I tremble in fear, overwhelmed and apprehensive, before you to whom Israel sings praise. Although unworthy, I rise to pray and seek favor for your people Israel, for they have entrusted me with this task. Therefore, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, God of Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, Adonai, Adonai, merciful, gracious God, who inspires awe, I pray to you for success on my path. I pray for myself and my community. Do not hold them responsible for my wrongs and offenses. May my deeds cause them no shame, and may their deeds cause me no shame. Accept my prayer as though it were offered by one more worthy of this task, a scholar, proficient in prayer, unblemished in character, pleasing in voice. Let love be our banner. Let it banish our wrongs. May Israel's strife and misfortune be turned into joy, renewed life, and peace. Love, peace, and truth, may they prevail among us, and may there be no impediment to my prayer. Adonai, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, God of Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, great, mighty, awe-inspiring God Most High, who said to Moses, I will be what I will be. May it be your will that my prayer reach your presence, for the sake of righteous and blameless, the honest and pure of heart, for the sake of your glory, you hear your people's prayer with compassion. Blessed are you, the one who hears prayer. Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, our God and God of our ancestors, may we know your blessings in the year 5781. Eternal One, bless us and the whole house of Israel with renewed life, happiness and peace, comfort and courage, resilience and strength. May the words of our heart be acceptable to you in the new year that stretches before us. We are forever grateful for the gift of life. We rise for the Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvorach. Baruch Adonai Hamevorach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch atah Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim. Blessed are you, Adonai, creator of twilight and dusk. Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael. For you are blessed, the one who loves your people Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem, Kevod Machuto, Leolam Vaed. Ve'afta et Adonai Elohecha b'kol levavecha u'b'kol nafshecha u'b'kol meodecha v'hayu hadavarim ha'ele asher nochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha V'shinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, v'shivtecha b'veitecha, u'v'leftecha b'derech, u'v'shofbecha u'v'kumecha, u'kshartam lehot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot beineinecha, u'chtavtam al mezot beitecha, u'visharecha. Leman tizkaru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kadoshim leloechem ani Adonai Eloechem asher hotzeiti echem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem lelohim ani Adonai Eloechem Adonai Elohechem emet.
You have stayed long enough in this place, God said. Time to go forward. Turn your face to the future. Believe that you can cross the sea and survive. Inside you is a Moses. Within you, Miriam dances. Unafraid, lift up your voice and sing a new song.
Mi chamocha bailim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh, nora tehilot osefele. Malchutecha rauvanecha. Bokeh hayam livnei Moshe Zeli anu ve'amru Adonai yimloch leolam vaed V'ne'emar ki v'da Adonai et Yaakov Ugalo miyad chazak b'meinu Baruch atah Adonai Ga'al Yisrael Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Hapores Sukkot Shalom Aleinu, V'al Kol Amo Yisrael, V'al Yerushalayim. Blessed One, you spread over us a canopy of peace, a shelter of shalom over all Israel, your people, and over Jerusalem.
V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam I beini uvein b'nei Yisrael Oti le'olam ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat v'yinafash Vayom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash Yitkadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah V'elmad yivrach yiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh B'kayachon u'v'yomechon u'v'kayed kol Beit Yisrael Ba'agala u'v'zman kariv ve'imru Amen Yehesh me'Rabbah mevorach Le'olam u'lamei almaya U'lalmei almaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei dekudashah Brichu la'ela ula'ela Min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata Damiran be'alma ve'imru Amen Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Leah Ve'Elohei Rachel Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor V'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Ve'Konei HaKol Ve'Zocher Chazdei Avot V'Imaot U'Mevi Geula Levanei V'neihem L'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava Zochreinu L'chaim Melech Hafetz B'chaim V'chotvenu B'sefer HaChaim L'ma'ancha Elohim Chaim Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham Ve'Zurat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechayei HaKol atah Rav Le'Oshia מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בגבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה. מי כמוך אל הרחמים, זוכר לצורה וחיים ברחמים, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מקיים הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהלוך הסלע.
You are holy, your name is awe. There is nothing divine beyond you. As the prophet Isaiah taught, the source of all might is exalted through justice, the God of holiness made holy through righteousness. Baruch atah Adonai, HaMelech HaKadosh. Blessed are you, Adonai, holy sovereign. You chose us with love to be messengers of mitzvot, and through us you made known your aspirations. Among all the many peoples, you gave us a pathway to holiness. Among all the great nations, you uplifted us and made yourself our sovereign. And so we seek you and serve you and celebrate our nearness to your presence. Your great and sacred name has become our calling. In your love, eternal our God, you have given us this Shabbat and this day of remembrance, a day for the shofar's joyful sound, remembered and cherished in our hearts, a day of sacred assembly, a day to be mindful of our people's going out from Egypt. Our God and God of the generations before us, may a memory of us ascend and come before you. May it be heard and seen by you, winning your favor and reaching your awareness, together with the memory of our ancestors, the memory of your sacred city, Jerusalem, and the memory of your people, the family of Israel. May we be remembered for safety, well-being, and favor, for love and compassion, for life and for peace on this day of remembrance. Zochrenu Adonai Eloheinu bo letovah, ufokdenu vo livracha, v'hoshienu vo lechayim. Eternal our God, remember us, be mindful of us, and redeem us for a life of goodness and blessing. Favor us with words of deliverance and mercy. Show us the depth of your care. God, we await your redemption, for you reign with grace and compassion.
Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu be'amecha Yisrael u'tefilatam be'ava tekabel u'tehid l'ratzon Tamid avodat Yisrael, Yisrael Amecha, El Karov Lachol Karav, Pnei El Avodecha Vechonenu, Shepok Ruchach עלינו ותחזינה עינינו בשובך לציון. ברחמים ברוך אתה אדוני המחזיר שכינתו
Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'el hodot. Blessed are you, Adonai, whose goodness deserves thanks and praise.
Shalom Rava Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rava Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom v'tov b'necha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol leit uv'chol shah b'shlomecha. B'sefer chayim b'racha v'shalom, b'racha v'shalom u'farnasa tovah, b'racha v'shalom nizacher v'nikatev lefanecha anachnu v'chol amcha beit Yisrael l'chaim tovim u'shalom baruch atah Adonai oseh hashalom.
My God, keep my tongue from doing harm and my lips from lies and deceit. Before those who wrong me with words, may silence be my practice. Before all human beings, let humility be my stance. Open my heart to your Torah that I may follow its sacred path of duty. Shatter at once the malicious plans of those who would do me harm. Act for the sake of your name. Act for the sake of your shielding hand. Act for the sake of your holiness. Act for the sake of your Torah. For the sake of those who love you, their rescue and safety, let your shielding hand be the answer to my prayer.
Say shalom bimromav, u'ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Say shalom bimromav, u'ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ose shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al Yisrael, yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al Yisrael. Say shalom bimromav, uya say shalom aleinu. Oh, say shalom bimromav, uya say shalom aleinu. Oh, say shalom bimromav, uya say shalom aleinu. Ya say shalom. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
A prayer for those who are ill and for givers of care. May the Eternal One who blesses all life bless and strengthen all of us who struggle against illness. May we whose lives are touched by illness be blessed with faith, courage, love, and caring. May we experience the support and sustenance of family, friends, companions, and community. May we be granted restful nights and days of comfort. We pray for refuah shlema, precious moments of healing, and a sense of wholeness in body and soul. May those who care for the sick, with their hands, their voices, and their hearts, be blessed with courage and stamina. May those who pursue healing through medical skill and knowledge be blessed with insight, patience, and compassion. May all of us, the sick and the well together, find courage and hope, and let us say, Amen. We continue with Avinu Malkeinu. Avinu Malkeinu, strong was the faith of generations before us. In exile, they proclaimed enduring hope. In the shadow of persecution, they affirmed transcendent love and compassion. Ours is a different age, less confident and certain, more tentative in its trust. There are many who say to the works of their hands, "You are our gods." But when our worship centers on our own creations, we feel less gratitude, more doubt and despair. This is the paradox of our spiritual lives. We grow smaller in self-exaltation, nobler when we reach for you. On this night of return, let us find the humility to come close to you and open ourselves to your presence. For you are absent only when we fail to make room for you in our hearts, distant only when we turn away from you. Now, as others have done before us, let us overcome doubt and speak these words of affirmation. We call you Avinu. As a loving parent, forgive our wrongs and failings. Accept us in our human frailty. We call you Malkeinu. As sovereign of our souls, help us rise from our brokenness to build a world of shalom. To this vision, we offer ourselves anew. Please rise. Avinu Malkeinu, almighty and merciful, you alone are our sovereign. Avinu Malkeinu, for your sake, show us mercy. Avinu Malkeinu, act toward us as befits your name. Avinu Malkeinu, bring healing and wholeness to the ill among us. Avinu Malkeinu, allay the harshness of the decree against us. Avinu Malkeinu, inscribe us in the book of redemption and renewal. Avinu Malkeinu, remember us for goodness and call it to mind. Avinu Malkeinu, act for your sake and save us. Avinu Malkeinu, almighty and merciful, hear our voice. Avinu Malkeinu, we have strayed and sinned before you. Avinu Malkeinu, have compassion on us and on our families. Avinu Malkeinu, halt the onslaught of sickness, violence, and hunger. Avinu Malkeinu, halt the reign of those who cause pain and terror. Avinu Malkeinu, enter our names in the book of lives well lived. Avinu Malkeinu, chonenu va'anenu, ki ein banu ma'asim, aseh imanu tzedakah v'chesed v'hoshienu. Avinu Malkeinu, almighty and merciful, answer us with grace, for our deeds are wanting. Save us through acts of justice and love.
Avinu Malkeinu, Shema Koleinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Chatanu lefanecha. Avinu Malkeinu, Hamol aleinu, Ve'alol aleinu, Ve'tapeinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Kale dever, V'cherev ra'av me'aleinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Kale kotzar, Umastin me'aleinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Kotvenu b'sefer Chaim Tovim. Avinu Malkeinu, Chadesh aleinu, Chadesh aleinu, Shanah Tovah. Avinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Harem, Harem, Keren Yisrael Amecha. Avinu Malkeinu, Chonenu va'anenu, Ki ein banu ma'asim, Aseh imanu, Tzedakah v'chesed, V'hoshienu. Avinu Malkeinu, Shema Koleinu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher b'chabanu mikol ha'am, v'romamanu mikol lashon, v'kedishanu b'mitzvotav. Batiten lanu Adonai Eloheinu me'ahava, et yom hashabat hazeh, ve'et yom hazikaron hazeh, yom teruah Yeshua Mikra Kodesh Zecher Letziat Mitzrayim Kivanu v'charta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim u'devracha emet bekayam le'ad Baruch atah Adonai Melech HaKol Haaretz Mekadesh HaShabbat Yisrael V'yom HaZikaron Amen.
Good Yontif. I was once taught that life is so precious, we should never wish our life away. We should never say, I wish it were the weekend already, or I wish it were vacation, or I wish it were my birthday. Wishing to be in the future is wishing away your life right now. Instead, I was taught, it's better to say, I'm excited about my weekend plans. I'm enthusiastic about where I'm going on vacation. I'm eager for my birthday, though I have to admit that I stopped saying that 20 years ago or so. People who study happiness even say that anticipation of happy events can be a major part of their enjoyment. They tell us that when we anticipate happy events, it can make the days leading up all the better. My mom turned 90 years old this year, and we asked her what she would like to do for it. She couldn't tell us what she wanted, but she knew what she didn't want. She didn't want a surprise party like the surprise party my cousins gave for my aunt's 90th birthday. No, my mom said, I want to think about it and anticipate it for weeks before. Looking forward to her 90th birthday celebration was a lot of the fun. Look at lottery tickets for another example. For me, all the fun in a lottery ticket is daydreaming about what I would do if I were to win all of that money. It isn't actually winning the money, because that sure hasn't happened, but thinking how life would be different if I did win the lottery. It can be a pleasant pastime. So we don't wish our life away, even for the happy things, because anticipation makes life's joys even better. That said, now that we've reached the future, it having become today and moving into the past, there are many aspects of this last year that I would be happy to leave behind me. I would love to leave behind COVID-19 with the death and lingering illness it brings, politics and the anger and fear it stirs up, economic uncertainty and suffering of those who lost their jobs or had their pay cut, civil unrest and the destruction of people and property that accompany it. There is so much I wish I could leave behind in the past, as if I had control over it, but I don't. The only thing I do control is me. And to tell you the truth, if I'm hungry or tired or haven't had my tea or am tempted by sweets, even self-control is in some doubt. But I think it's the only place to start, changing ourselves, letting go of the past. There is a beautiful quote attributed to Lao Tzu that I love. When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. There is no getting better without change, without letting go. For a moment, imagine a caterpillar, a hungry, hungry caterpillar. From the moment that it hatched from its egg, all the caterpillar has known is inching along from leaf to leaf, chewing, chewing, chewing on the leaves. What if it refused to spin its cocoon? What if it clung on to the only life it's ever known, the life of a hungry, hungry caterpillar? It would never undergo metamorphosis. It would never transform into a beautiful butterfly. It would never learn how to fly. It would never eat from the sweet nectar of the flowers, only remaining with the bitter leaves. It would never become what it was always meant to be. It has to let go of being a caterpillar to become a beautiful butterfly. We must let go of what we are to become what we might be. The first thing I would like to let go of is fear, for two reasons. First, fear holds me back from the things I want to do. Giordano Bruno summed it up best when he wrote, "Desire urges me on, while fear bridles me." Too many times I've wanted to do something or try something only to hold back, sometimes at the last minute, because I was too afraid of what might go wrong, afraid of looking foolish, afraid of who knows what, just afraid. And that fear has prevented me from doing things I would have liked to do, desired to do. Desire urged me on, but fear held me back, and I want to leave that fear behind. Second, fear warps me in ways that I don't like who I am when I'm afraid. Sometimes I feel afraid of things that haven't happened yet and might never come to be. Yet that fear of what could be leads me to feel threatened. When I feel threatened, I begin to get angry, a natural part of the fight or flight response. Angry feelings short-circuit my rational thought, and suddenly things that are ridiculous and self-contradictory on their surface seem possible and real. I begin to think and believe things that in calmer moments should make me ashamed that they even come to mind. I don't want to feel that way. I don't want to think that way. I don't want to be that way. I want to leave fear behind. This year, I would like to leave behind emotional inertia. You know what I'm talking about. It's when you know things aren't great, but it feels like it's too much trouble to change. You know, the entire reason I'm still using my Yahoo Mail account? Inertia. Life is change, and I need to embrace change if I want to embrace life. If I really want to fully live, I have to embrace that I will change in the experience. I have to jettison inertia, which is pinning me down to the way that I am. Or rather, inertia holds me back while the world, the vibrantly alive and ever-changing world, keeps moving forward. The idea that I can forever remain the way I am, or worse, that I can somehow go back to the good old days, is nothing but a beautiful illusion, a seductive mirage. As Heraclitus noted, change is the only constant in life. So resisting change through inertia is a fool's errand, and yearning for the good old days is an impossibility. As Lewis Carroll wrote, I can't go back to yesterday because I was a different person then. I want to leave emotional inertia behind, embrace change, and become what I might be. As we leave the old year behind and enter into the new one to come, I would like to leave you with a poem that I found. It was written by Ruchi Katendra. I want to start fresh and forget this place, the wicked world I live in, but not forget how glorious and essential it was to me. Forget the memories that make me weak and sad, but not forget the memories that are an anchor to my strength. Forget the people who caused me pain, but not forget those who are with me in heavy rain. Forget my past mistakes and regrets, but not forget the lessons I learned from them. Forget the days when I cried silently, not aloud, but not forget the same days that make me strong. Forget the old me, find myself and explore, and emerge and shine as never before. This is why I want to start fresh. It's a new year, and it's time to leave the old one behind. Leave behind the mindsets and the habits that hold us back. Leave behind the illusion that things can stay the same. It's time to embrace change, to embrace life, to embrace what we could be. Shana Tovah.
Shana Tovah. A happy new year to all. It is great that so many have joined us virtually this year. I would like to start by thanking Rabbi Sternman for leading us this evening, and Randy and John for your music. It's something we look forward to every year. I want to especially thank all those who have spent months in preparation for these services. It takes a lot of time and effort. Thank you to Rabbi Sternman, Faith Retzky, and the Religious Practices Committee, Jonathan and Andrew Goldstein, and Saul Friedenberg for all your planning and work in producing these high holy days. And thank you to Dottie Fox and Sheila in the office with all the preparation, logistics, and behind-the-scenes work. Normally, we are joined by several folks on the Bima. Tonight, I'd like to honor some of our auxiliary groups. Laura Levy and Lori Skolnick, our Women of Adat Chaverim co-presidents. Ben Silver, our Brotherhood president. Jonathan Goldstein, advisor to our SIFTI group. And Andrew Goldstein, our SIFTI president. In the High Holy Day tradition, we are holding our annual food drive. Thank you to the Social Action Committee and Sybil and Steve Jacobs. Please refer to the flyer you received in the mail for details on drop-off dates and times, and thank you for participating. A few quick announcements. 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, family morning Rosh Hashanah service, followed by a family art project. And then 10:30 a.m., Rosh Hashanah morning service. At 3 p.m., Tashlik will be in 4 different locations in Plano, Allen, McKinney, and Frisco. And you should have received a flyer that has more information about that, but that will be at 3 p.m. tomorrow. With that, I wish everyone a happy and healthy new year, and I'll talk to you more in the morning. Details of all of our services, times, and links can be found on our website homepage. Shana Tovah.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו גויי הרצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא.
And so, Adonai, our God, we look to you, hoping soon to behold the splendor of your power revealed. A world free of idolatry and false gods, a world growing more perfect through divine governance, a world in which all human beings make known your name, while those who do evil turn toward you. As the prophet announced, the Eternal shall be sovereign over all the earth. On that day, the Eternal shall be one, and God's name shall be one.
ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Our thoughts turn to loved ones whom death has taken from us in recent days, and those who died at this season in years past. Our hearts open as well to the wider circles of loss in our community and wherever grief touches the human family. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be a blessing in this new year and always. Please rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, bi'alma divra chirute v'amlich malchute, b'chayechon v'yomechon v'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael, b'agala uvizman kariv v'imru, Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam almei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei d'kudusha b'richu, le'elam min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, da'amiran bi'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shamaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. Hoseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru, Amen. May the source of peace and peace to all who mourn, and comfort to all who are bereaved. And together we say, Amen.
Adon olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivrach le'et nasa b'cheftso kol azai melech shemo nikra azai melech shemo nikra ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא הווה והוא יהיה בתפארה והוא יהיה בתפארה והוא אחד ואין שני להמשילו להכבירה בלי ראשית בלי תכלית ולא העוז והמזרע ולא העוז והמזרע והוא אלי וחי גואלי וצור חבלי בעת צרה והוא ניסי ומנוס לי מנת כוסי ביום אקרא מנת כוסי ביום אקרא בידו אפקיד רוחי בעת ישן ועירה ועם רוחי גבייתי אדוני לי ולא אירא אדוני לי ולא